California's redistricting showdown, Newsom versus Texas. This is a political earthquake hitting the nation's redistricting battleground. Governments are openly plotting to redraw maps mid-decade, and the stakes could not be higher. What began a few weeks ago as a speculative strategy for the 2026 midterms has accelerated into a full-blown showdown stretching from Texas to California, and every move is designed to tip the balance of power in Congress. But here's where it gets controversial. One state is following a traditional playbook, while the other is threatening to rewrite its own rules. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott has called lawmakers back into session to revisit the congressional boundaries drawn just 3 years ago. Under intense pressure from former President Trump's team, who see the current 5-seat Republican majority as perilously slim, Republican leaders are targeting 4 districts held by Democrats around Dallas and Houston. The rationale? Accusations that these districts amount to unconstitutional racial gerrymanders because they pat high numbers of Black and Latino voters into single districts. The first public hearing drew sharp rebukes from state Democrats, who labeled the entire effort a blatant power grab. And this is the part most people miss. While Texas legislators still pull the strings on redistricting, California's maps are supposedly insulated from politics by a voter-approved independent redistricting commission. Established in 2008 to end backroom map deals and bolstered by a 2010 amendment extending its reach to Congress, this commission has been hailed as a national model for curbing partisan gerrymandering and fostering competitive districts. Enter Governor Gavin Newsom, standing alongside Democratic lawmakers from Texas at the state capitol in Sacramento and declaring that California must respond if the Lone Star State pushes forward. Everything is at stake, Newsom warned reporters. If we don't wrest back the House next year, we risk not just Trump's agenda, but the very future of free elections. He went so far as to claim that failure could jeopardize even the 2028 ballot. They're not playing games, and neither can we. Fire must meet fire. Here's where it gets really thorny. California's commission is enshrined in the state constitution. To bypass it, Newsom and his allies are reportedly considering putting a measure before voters in a special election, perhaps asking citizens to pause or even temporarily repeal the commission's authority so that lawmakers can draw a new set of congressional districts more favorable to Democrats. Would this require a brand new map drafted by legislators? Or simply strike down the commission until the next census? We're exploring every option, the governor admitted. Legal experts warn this plan is fraught with peril. Several Democratic lawmakers have already voiced misgivings, fearful of the precedent it can set. Assemblymember Alex Lee, for one, has signaled he might withhold his vote to place such a measure on the ballot. Common Cause California, which championed the original commission, has blasted any mid-decade redraw as a dangerous move that would put our state's democracy on the line. On the other side, Republican gubernatorial contender Steve Hilton, already threatening litigation, has proposed expanding GOP representation on the commission itself. Most analysts agree the likeliest path forward is a special election asking Californians to temporarily shelve the commission. Yet public polling shows the commission still enjoys broad approval, meaning Newsom's team may need to frame this as an emergency fix rather than a permanent overhaul, perhaps insisting the independent process would resume after the 2030 census. That framing could be the difference between a victorious measure and a political fiasco. Paul Mitchell, a Democratic redistricting consultant, cautions that even if a special election clears hurdles, Democrats must sustain a chorus of outrage about Texas's maneuvers to keep voters energized. It's like lightning in a bottle right now, he says. Can they keep it at the forefront for months? Or will enthusiasm fizzle once headlines shift? Do you think California should bend its own rules to counteract Texas? Would mid-decade map changes strengthen democracy or erode the very safeguards we built to protect it? Share your thoughts and let the debate begin.